Beauty by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Dan Isaksson. Say not of beauty she is good, or aught but beautiful, or sleek to dove's wings of the wood, her wild wings of a gull. Call her not wicked, that word's touch consumes her like a curse. But love her not too much, for that is even worse. Oh, she is neither good nor bad, but innocent and wild. Enshrine her and she dies, who had the hard heart of a child. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Eagle and the Mole by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Dan Isaksson. Avoid the reeking herd, shun the polluted flock. Live like that stoic bird, the eagle of the rock. The huddled warmth of crowds begets and fosters hate. He keeps above the clouds his cliff inviolate. When flocks are folded warm and herds to shelter run, he sails above the storm, he stares into the sun. If in the eagle's track your sinews cannot leap, avoid the lathered pack, turn from the steaming sheep. If you would keep your soul from spotted sight or sound, live like the velvet mole, go burrow underground, and there hold intercourse with roots of trees and stones, with rivers at their source and disembodied bones. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Madman Song by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Dan Isaksson.
Better to see your cheek grown hollow, better to see your temple worn, than to forget to follow after the sound of silver horn. Better to bind your brow with willow and follow until you die, than to sleep with your head on a golden pillow, nor lift it up when the hunt goes by. Better to see your cheek grown sallow, and your hair grown gray so soon, than to forget to hallow, after the milk-white hounds of the moon.
End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Prinkin Leddie by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Dan Isaksson. The Heelen lassies are for spinning, the Lowland lassies for prinking and pinning. My daddy would chide me, and so would my Minnie, if I should bring hame sic a Prinkin Leddie. Now hold your tongue, ye haverin' coward, for whilst I'm young I'll go flounced and flowered, in lutestrings striped like the strings o' a fiddle, wi' golden girdles aboot my middle. In your Heelen glen, where the rain pours steady, you'll be gay and glad for Prinkin Leddie, where the rocks are all bare and the turf is all sodden, and lassies gae sad in their homespun and hodden. My silks are stiff wi' patterns o' siller, I've an ermine hood like the hat o' a miller, I've chains o' coral like rowan berries, and a cremois mantle that came from Paris. You'll be glad for the glint o' its scarlet linin', when the larks are up and the sun is shinin'. When the winds are up and o'er the heather, your heart'll be gay with my golden feather. When the skies are low and the earth is frozen, you'll be gay and glad for the Leddie you've chosen. When o'er the snow I go prinkin' and prancin', and my wee red slippers were made for dancin', it's better a Leddie like Solomon's lily than one that'll run like a Heelen gilly, A linking it o'er the lees, my laddie, in a raggedy kilt and a belted plaidie. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. August by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Dan Isaksson. Why should this Negro insolently stride down the red noonday on such noiseless feet? Piled in his barrow, tawnier than wheat, lie heaps of smouldering daisies, sombre-eyed, their copper petals shriveled up with pride. Hot with a superfluity of heat, like a great brazier borne along the street by captive leopards, black and burning pied, are there no water lilies, smooth as cream, with long stems dripping crystal? Are there none like those white lilies, luminous and cool, plucked from some hemlock-darkened northern stream by fair-haired swimmers, diving where the sun scarce warms the surface of the deepest pool? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Crooked Stick by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Mary Kay. First Traveler. What's that lying in the dust? Second Traveler. A crooked stick. First Traveler. What's it worth if you can trust to arithmetic? Second Traveler. Isn't this a riddle? First Traveler. No, a trick. Second Traveler. It's worthless. Leave it where it lies. First Traveler. Wait. Count 10. Rub a little dust upon your eyes. Now look again. Second Traveler. Well, and what the devil is it then? First Traveler. It's the sort of crooked stick that shepherds know. Second Traveler. Someone's loss? First Traveler. Bend it, and you make of it a bow. Break it, a cross. Second Traveler. But it's all grown over with moss. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Atavism by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. I always was afraid of Solmes's pond, not the little pond by which the willow stands, where laughing boys catch alewives in their hands in brown, bright shallows, but the one beyond. There, when the frost makes all the birches burn yellow as cow lilies, and the pale sky shines like a polished shell between black spruce and pines, some strange thing tracks us, turning where we turn. You'll say I dream it, being the true daughter of those who in old times endured this dread. Look, where the lily stems are showing red, a silent paddle moves below the water. A sliding shape has stirred them like a breath. Tall plumes surmount a painted mask of death. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Wild Peaches by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Anne Simmons. 1. When the world turns completely upside down, you say we'll emigrate to the eastern shore, aboard a riverboat from Baltimore. We'll live among wild peach trees, miles from town. You'll wear a coonskin cap, and I a gown, homespun, dyed butternut's dark gold color. Lost, like your lotus-eating ancestor, we'll swim in milk and honey till we drown. The winter will be short, the summer long, the autumn amber-hued, sunny and hot, tasting of cider and of scuppernong. All seasons sweet, but autumn best of all. The squirrels in their silver fur will fall like falling leaves, like fruit before you're shot. 2. The autumn frosts will lie upon the grass like bloom on grapes of purple brown and gold. The misted early mornings will be cold, the little puddles will be roofed with glass. The sun, which burns from copper into brass, melts these at noon, and makes the boys unfold their knitted mufflers, full as they can hold. Fat pockets dribble chestnuts as they pass. Peaches grow wild, and pigs can live in clover. A barrel of salted herrings lasts a year. The spring begins before the winter's over. By February, you may find the skins of garter snakes and water moccasins, dwindled and harsh, dead white and cloudy clear. 3. When April pours the colors of a shell upon the hills, when every little creek is shot with silver from the Chesapeake, in shoals new minted by the ocean swell, when strawberries go begging and the sleek blue plums lie open to the blackbird's beak, we shall live well. We shall live very well. The months between the cherries and the peaches are brimming cornucopias which spill fruits, red and purple, somber bloomed and black. Then, down rich fields and frosty river beaches, we'll trample bright persimmons, while we kill bronze partridge, speckled quail, and canvasback. 4. Down to the Puritan marrow of my bones, there's something in this richness that I hate. I love the look, austere, immaculate, of landscapes drawn in pearly monotones. There's something in my very blood that owns bare hills, cold silver on a sky of slate, a thread of water churned to milky spate, streaming through slanted pastures fenced with stones. I love those skies, thin blue or snowy gray, those fields sparse planted, rendering meager sheaves, that spring, briefer than apple blossom's breath, summer so much too beautiful to stay, swift autumn like a bonfire of leaves, and sleepy winter like the sleep of death. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sanctuary by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. This is the bricklayer. Hear the thud of his heavy load dumped down on stone. His lustrous bricks are brighter than blood, his smoking mortar whiter than bone. Set each sharp-edged, fire-bitten brick straight by the plumb line's shivering length. Make my marvelous wall so thick, dead nor living may shake its strength. Full as a crystal cup with drink is my cell, with dreams, and quiet, and cool. Stop, old man, you must leave a chink. How can I breathe? You can't, you fool. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Lion and the Lamb by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Jude. I saw a tiger's golden flank. I saw what food he ate. By a desert spring he drank. The tiger's name was hate. Then I saw a placid lamb, a lion fast asleep. Like a river from its dam flashed the tiger's leap. I saw a lion tawny red, terrible and brave. The tiger's leap overhead broke like a wave. In sand below or sun above, he faded like a flame. The lamb said, I am love. Lion, tell your name. The lion's voice thundering shook his vaulted breast. I am love. By the spring, brother, let us rest. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Church Bell by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by helenjjacobs in February 2014, Leicestershire, England. As I was lying in my bed, I heard the church bell ring. Before one solemn word was said, a bird began to sing. I heard a dog begin to bark, and a bold crowing cock. The bell, between the cold and dark, tolled. It was 5 o'clock. The church bell tolled, and the bird sang. A clear, true voice he had. The cock crew, and the church bell rang. I knew it had gone mad. A hand reached down from the dark skies. It took the bell rope thong. The bell cried, "Look, lift up your eyes." The clapper shook to song. The iron clapper laughed out loud, like crashing wind and wave. The bell cried out, "Be strong and proud." Then, with a shout, "Be brave." The rumbling of the market carts, the pounding of men's feet, were drowned in song. Lift up your hearts. The sound was loud and sweet. Slow and slow the great bell swung. It hung in the steeple mute, and people tore its living tongue out by the very root. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Crowded Trolley Car by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Kachuk. The rain's cold grains are silver grey, sharp as golden sands. A bell is clanging, people sway, hanging by their hands. Supple hands, or gnarled and stiff, snatch and catch and grope. That face is yellow pale, as if the fellow swung from rope. Dull like pebbles, sharp like knives, glances strike and glare. Fingers tangle, Bluebeard's wives dangle by the hair. Orchard of the strangest fruits, hanging from the skies. Brothers, yet insensate brutes, who fear each other's eyes. One man stands as free men stand, as if his soul might be brave, unbroken. See his hand, nailed to an oaken tree. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Bells in the Rain by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by helenjjacobs in February 2014, Leicestershire, England. Sleep falls with limpid drops of rain upon the steep cliffs of the town. Sleep falls. Men are at peace again, awhile the small drops fall softly down. The bright drops ring like bells of glass, thinned by the wind and lightly blown. Sleep cannot fall on the peaceful grass so softly as it falls on stone. Peace falls unheeded on the dead, asleep. They have had deep peace to drink. Upon a live man's bloody head it falls most tenderly, I think. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Winter Sleep by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Jude and Niedermaier. When against earth a wooden heel clicks as loud as stone and steel, when snow turns flour instead of flakes, and frost bakes clay as fire bakes, when the heart-bitten fields at last crack like iron flawed in the cast, when the world is wicked and cross and old, I long to be quit of the cruel cold. Little birds like bubbles of glass fly to other Americas. Birds as bright as sparkles of wine fly in the night to the Argentine. Birds of azure and flame-birds go to the tropical Gulf of Mexico. They chase the sun, they follow the heat. It is sweet in their bones, oh sweet, sweet, sweet. It's not with them that I'd love to be, but under the roots of the balsam tree. Just as the spiniest chestnut burr is lined within with the finest fur, so the stony-walled, snow-roofed house of every squirrel and mole and mouse is lined with thistledown, seagull's feather, velvet mullein-leaf heaped together, with balsam and juniper dry and curled, sweeter than anything else in the world. Oh, what a warm and darksome nest, where the wildest things are hidden to rest! It's there that I'd love to lie and sleep, soft, 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 and deep, deep, deep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Village Mystery by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. The woman in the pointed hood and cloak, blue-gray like a pigeon's wing, whose orchard climbs to the balsam wood, has done a cruel thing. To her back doorstep came a ghost, a girl who had been 10 years dead. She stood by the granite hitching post and begged for a piece of bread. Now why should I, who walk alone, who am ironical and proud, turn when a woman casts a stone at a beggar in a shroud? I saw the dead girl cringe and whine, and cower in the weeping air. But oh, she was no kin of mine, and so I did not care. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sunset on the Spire by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Maria Silvagna. All that I dream, by day or night, lives in that stream of lovely light. Here is the earth, and there is the spire. This is my hearth, and that is my fire. From the sun's dome I am shouted proof that this is my home, and that is my roof. Here is my food, and here is my drink, and I am wooed from the moon's brink. And the days go over, and the nights end. Here is my lover, here is my friend. All that I could ever ask wears that sky like a thin gold mask. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Escape by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. When foxes eat the last gold grape, and the last white antelope is killed, I shall stop fighting, and escape into a little house I'll build. But first I'll shrink to fairy size, with a whisper no one understands, making blind moons of all your eyes, and muddy roads of all your hands. And you may grope for me in vain, in hollows under the mangrove root, or where, in apple-scented rain, the silver wasp nests hang like fruit. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Fairy Goldsmith by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Maria Silvagna. Here's a wonderful thing, a hummingbird's wing in hammered gold, and store well chosen of snowflakes frozen in crystal cold. Black onyx cherries and mistletoe berries of chrysoprase. Jade buds tight shut, all carven and cut in intricate ways. Here, if you please, are little gilt bees in amber drops, which look like honey, translucent and sunny from clover tops. Here's an elfin girl of mother of pearl and moonshine made, with tortoiseshell hair, both dusky and fair, in its light and shade. Here's lacquer laid thin like a scarlet skin on an ivory fruit, and a filigree frost of frail notes lost from a fairy lute. Here's a turquoise chain of sunshower rain to wear if you wish, and glimmering green with aquamarine, a silvery fish. Here are pearls all strung on a thread among pretty pink shells. and bubbles blown from the opal stone which ring like bells. Touch them and take them, but do not break them. Beneath your hand they will wither like foam if you carry them home out of fairyland. Oh, they never can last, though you hide them fast from moth and from rust, and your monstrous day they will crumble away into quicksilver dust. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Fire and Sleet and Candlelight by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Maria Silvagna. For this you've striven, daring to fail. Your sky is riven like a tearing veil. For this you've wasted wings of your youth, divined and tasted bitter springs of truth. From sand unslaked twisted strong cords, and wandered naked among trysted swords. There's a word unspoken, a knot untied. Whatever is broken the earth may hide. The road was jagged over sharp stones, your body's too ragged to cover your bones. The wind scatters tears upon dust, your soul's in tatters where the spears thrust. Your race is ended, see it is run, nothing is mended under the sun. Straight as an arrow you fall to a sleep, not too narrow and not too deep. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Blood Feud by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Elise Boucher, West Dallas, Wisconsin. Once, when my husband was a child, there came to his father's table one who called him kin. In sun-bleached corduroys paler than his skin. His look was grave and kind. He bore the name of the dead singer of Senlac, and his smile. Shyly and courteously he smiled and spoke. I've been in the laurels since the winter broke. 4 months, I reckon. Yes, sir, quite a while. He'd killed a score of foemen in the past, in some blood feud, a dark and monstrous thing. To him it seemed his duty. At the last his enemies found him by a forest spring, which, as he died, lay bright beneath his head, a silver shield that slowly turned to red. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Sea Lullaby by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. The old moon is tarnished with smoke of the flood. The dead leaves are varnished with color like blood. A treacherous smiler with teeth white as milk, a savage beguiler in sheathings of silk, the sea creeps to pillage, she leaps on her prey. A child of the village was murdered today. She came up to meet him in a smooth golden cloak. She choked him and beat him to death for a joke. Her bright locks were tangled, she shouted for joy, with one hand she strangled a strong little boy. Now in silence she lingers beside him all night, to wash her long fingers in silvery light. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Nancy by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. You are a rose, but set with sharpest spine. You are a pretty bird that pecks at me. You are a little squirrel on a tree, pelting me with the prickly fruit of the pine. A diamond torn from a crystal mine, not like that milky treasure of the sea, a smooth, translucent pearl, but skillfully carven to cut and faceted to shine. If you are flame, it dances and burns blue. If you are light, it pierces like a star, intenser than a needlepoint of ice. The dexterous touch that shaped the soul of you, mingled to mix and make you what you are. Magic, between the sugar and the spice. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
A Proud Lady by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. Hate in the world's hand can carve and set its seal like the strong blast of sand which cuts into steel. I have seen how the finger of hate can mar and mold faces burned passionate and frozen cold. Sorrowful faces worn as stone with rain, faces writhing with scorn and sullen with pain. But you have a proud face which the world cannot harm. You have turned the pain to a grace and the scorn to a charm. You have taken the arrows and slings which prick and bruise and fashioned them into wings for the heels of your shoes. From the world's hand, which tries to tear you apart, you have stolen the falcon's eyes and the lion's heart. What has it done, this world, with hard fingertips, but sweetly chiseled and curled your inscrutable lips? End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Tortoise in Eternity by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Jude Niedermaier. Within my house of patterned horn I sleep in such a bed as men may keep before they are born, and after they are dead. Sticks and stones may break their bones, and words may make them bleed. There is not one of them who owns an armor to his need. Tougher than hide or lozenged bark, snowstorm and thunderproof, and quick with sun and thick with dark, is this my darling roof. Man's troubled dreams of death and birth pulls mother o' pearl to black. I bear the rainbow bubble earth square on my scornful back. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Incantation by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Elise Boucher, West Allis, Wisconsin. A white well in a black cave, a bright shell in a dark wave, a white rose, black bramble's hood, smooth bright snows in a dark wood, a flung white glove in a dark fight, a white dove on a wild black night, a white door in a dark lane, a bright cord to bitter black pain, a white hand waved from dark walls, in a burnt black land bright waterfalls, a bright spark where black ashes are, in the smothering dark one white star. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Silver Filigree by Elinor WYLIE, read for LibriVox.org by Elise Boucher, West Allis, Wisconsin. The icicles wreathing on trees in festoon swing, swayed to our breathing. They are made of the moon. She's a pale, waxen taper, and these seem to drip transparent as paper from the flame of her tip. Molten, smoking a little, into crystal they pass, falling, freezing, to brittle and delicate glass. Each a sharp-pointed flower, each a brief stalactite, which hangs for an hour in the blue cave of night. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
The Falcon by Elinor WYLIE, Read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. Why should my sleepy heart be taught to whistle mockingbird replies? This is another bird you've caught, soft-feathered, with a falcon's eyes. The bird Imagination, that flies so far, that dies so soon. Her wings are colored like the sun, her breast is colored like the moon. Weave her a chain of silver twist, and a little hood of scarlet wool, and let her perch upon your wrist, and tell her she is beautiful. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Bronze Trumpets and Seawater, on Turning Latin into English, by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. Alembics turn to stranger things, strange things. But never while we live shall magic turn this bronze that sings to singing water in a sieve. The trumpeters of Caesar's guard salute his rigorous bastions with ordered brute. The bronze is hard, though there is silver in the bronze. Our mutable tongue is like the sea, curled wave and shattering thunder fit. Dangling strings of sand shall be, who smooths the ripples out of it. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Spring Pastoral by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Elise Boucher, West Allis, Wisconsin. Liza, go steep your long white hands in the cool waters of that spring which bubbles up through shiny sands, the color of a wild dove's wing. Dabble your hands and steep them well until those nails are pearly white, now rosier than a laurel bell. Then come to me at candlelight. Lay your cold hands across my brows, and I shall sleep, and I shall dream of silver-pointed willow boughs dipping their fingers in a stream. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Velvet Shoes by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Leonard Wilson of Springfield, Ohio. Let us walk in the white snow in a soundless space, with footsteps quiet and slow at a tranquil pace, under veils of white lace. I shall go shod in silk, and you in wool, white as a white cow's milk, more beautiful than the breast of a gull. We shall walk through the still town in a windless peace. We shall step upon white down, upon silver fleece, upon softer than these. We shall walk in velvet shoes. Wherever we go, silence will fall like dews on white silence below. We shall walk in the snow. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Valentine by Elinor WYLIE. Read for LibriVox.org by Bruce Kachuk. Too high to pluck, my heart shall swing. A fruit no bee shall suck, no wasp shall sting. If on some night of cold it falls to ground, in apple leaves of gold I'll wrap it round. And I shall seal it up with spice and salt, in a carven silver cup, in a deep vault. Before my eyes are blind and my lips mute, I must eat core and rind of that same fruit. Before my heart is dust at the end of all, eat it I must were it bitter gall. But I shall keep it sweet by some strange art. Wild honey I shall eat when I eat my heart. O honey cool and chaste as clover's breath, sweet heaven I shall taste before my death. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. End of Nets to Catch the Wind by Elinor WYLIE.